Welcome back to the Die Porsche podcast. My name's Duane. I'm here with JP as always. Hello, JP.
What's up, brother?
I'm also joined tonight by Rami.
Hello, everybody.
And we are in the Rami studio here in Container Park in lovely downtown Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. Happy to be here. What a beautiful sunset we had too, Rami.
Gorgeous.
Did you see that? It was gorgeous.
Unbelievable. I've got the better seat for it.
You drove your 930 down.
Yeah,
tonight.
I drove my green 930.
And I saw it as I was walking up to the studio, and I was like, oh, my God. Because it was beautiful. Sunset, the 930, the whole thing. It was it was amazing.
Was there not a child out there taking photographs?
There was a kid laying on the hood. Like, get off of that. We also have
yes
in the studio Mental, as always.
Hi, Mental.
He was demoted. He ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. He touched the keyboard, so he's in timeout right now. We also have Jason Alter, our good friend Jason Alter.
Jason, get in there. Hold on. We're going to get in between those two guys real quick.
Jason,
sit on Mental.
Come on.
Over here, Jason, right here, buddy.
Go sit on Chef's lap.
Sit on my lap, right here.
Go sit on his lap. Oh, my God, it's too close.
Oh, I
my
can
God.
see his underwear.
I see his underwear.
He's got a G-string on.
Oh, my God. Jason, why do you wear the G-string to the podcast? I don't understand. And most importantly of all,
last but not least,
let's go.
You introduce him.
We've got the man of the hour, the man who has joined the 930 Club and has bought a brand new but very old 930 Turbo, Chef William.
Thank you, guys.
Come on.
Thank you. Rami,
Chef.
Dwayne.
Chef, first of all, I want to say congratulations to joining the club, the 930 Club.
Yeah.
It's a good club to be in. It's fun. You drove my car and you were like, I'm getting one of these.
I got to have one of these.
Yeah, and you did it. A lot of people listen. A lot of people say that and they don't do it. They just like, it's too expensive. But once you get it, you're like, I'm never getting rid of it.
I'm never getting rid of this car.
No, you'll die with it. I just bury me with it. It's fine.
I was kind of thinking Chef would get just he was shopping around for pretty much anything with 3 pedals, air cooled. It's kind of what we heard last time we talked about it.
That's true.
So I did not. He showed me the pictures, and I saw a black 911 air cooled, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I was like, oh, it has turbo seats. Awesome. I was like, oh, wait, it has Euro bumperettes on. And I was like, wait, those are pretty wide. Wait a minute. Is this a 930? He went straight to the 930, and I'm uber jealous.
ROW, right, Chef?
And it's an 85 Euro.
Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a rest of world car.
Rest of the world.
It's a
ROW.
1985. It's got 48,000 original miles on it.
Wow, look at that thing.
It's beautiful.
So, I love the rear red light. It's hysterical. You see it at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The fog, rear fog.
The rear fog.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
And
it's
the
beautiful.
the little side turn signal light.
Right where it's going to melt next to the muffler.
So this car came up on Bring a Trailer, and I was been driving JP crazy for weeks, like sending him
Is that where you got it?
thousands of cars, right? And he's like, well, what do you think about this one? So
They were all guards red, by the way.
Yeah, I texted him the night before. I said, JP, where's this car going? He said, 150 plus, he said. So I'm like, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to stay in it till 135.
That's reasonable.
So JP was coming to lunch to the club the other day, and I was watching the car. I set my alarm clock, and I pulled up 5 minutes before the auction would end, and it was at 122. So I'm like, okay, I was going to play, so I'm going to follow through. So I threw down 125. Everybody else was doing 1,000 at a time. I had 3,000.
Nice.
Next guy put
Baller.
Next guy put 126. I immediately responded 127.
Well, hold on a second. That $3,000 bump is a baller move on the auction world, right?
Big time.
Because that's a scion.
I want the car.
Yeah, it's
Swinging
like
for the
you've got all the other looky-loos who are in the auction, and they're sitting there going, "Oh, it's like a check raise, right? It's like you just put the minimum in there to keep it going along, to keep you in the, keep you potentially getting it. But someone slaps down an extra $3,000 instead of that $250 or $150, whatever the minimum increment is. Then all of a sudden, the people who don't have the stones are just like, oh, I'm scared of this guy. He's going to be bidding to something way higher than I'm. So you shook him out.
Would you say
that
that's
was a good
true
strategy
at over 6 figures though? Because it was already over 6 figures. So
absolutely. Because the previous bids were in the hundreds of dollars.
Chef, were you shaking?
So
were you
$3,000 is enough for it to be something that you're going to kick some people out.
Were you shaking the tree?
Truth be told, I was in the can using the restroom when I put the bid in. I was sitting on the toilet.
Perfect.
Put in the 125 bid. finished.
Do they have
the can.
bidets over there? At the
Yeah, I went
Red
back
Hot?
to my office. JP called me because I threw in a bid. He goes, hey, we're on our way in a minute. And then I put in my second bid, and then I started watching the clock just go down.
You're kidding.
And
Like it,
Praying that no one else bid.
Like 143.
It hit a brick wall?
When it got to like 15 seconds, I'm like, oh, crap. I'm
wish I was watching it.
going to win this car.
I should have bid on it.
And then
I tried calling you.
Your ball, chef. Chef. Just like put $1,000 down.
yeah, it was like, so when it flashed that I won, I was like, oh my, holy crap, you know.
It literally
awesome
got
is
dropped
that?
off tonight, right?
It got
So
dropped off this morning.
Oh, this morning. So you've driven it.
Yeah, and the experience was excellent. The people that I bought it from, the guy called me in the first 10 minutes.
Awesome.
He said, congratulations.
seller?
Yeah, he goes, we're gonna.
Who was it?
It was a company in Los Angeles called Sandbox Auto Sales.
Okay.
Oh, so it was a
I've not heard of
dealer.
that.
A dealer. They were representing the seller of the car.
Got it. Okay.
So they said, hey, we're going to have the car to you probably tomorrow or the next day. And I go, well, I need a day to get the funds, coordinated. He goes, no, don't worry about it. You can send us the funds later. They were like completely cool. Like, don't worry about it. We'll get the car down there. And it was the
Fantastic.
smoothest process ever. I mean,
Well, yeah, you're paying. That's why. And it's a lot of money. Chef, after looking at those pictures, it's definitely a ROW.
oh, yeah, it's
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell just from the pictures. I love the orange fogs. I love the amber fogs. They're fucking great. Excuse me.
That car's beautiful.
It's so good. Oh, that car's
Chef, 2 questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Has
Lowered.
it had an
Lowered.
engine rebuild?
Good question.
The car was sold on Bring a Trailer 18 months ago for $111,000. The new owner put $39,000 in it.
Hello?
Yeah, guys.
Hello? Who's that?
That's the pizza guy.
It's the pizza guy. The pizza guy's calling us.
Pizza guy's here.
Mr. Pizza Guy.
Pizza.
Pizza
You
guy's
need money?
here.
You need money?
Yeah, but mental, you'll have to pay
What a
for
way-
it. Hold up a second here.
What a way to
guys.
interrupt
I said
our
I would pay
podcast.
for it. So here, mental.
Oh my God, chaos.
As the bit, right as the,
on?
Yeah, we're back on.
Okay.
right when the auction ended, literally the second the auction ended, JP and Mikey were walking in the front door of the club.
That's hilarious.
So they walk over, and I'm walking out of the kitchen into the dining room where they're standing. I was high. I kid you not. I was like I felt like I was on some.
You didn't even know your name at that point. You're
I
like,
bet.
what just
I
happened?
was like,
just-
oh my God, did this really just happen?
Totally.
Yeah, it was,
He
That's
was.
so
He
cool.
was. He had a grin like
you
as
still
wide
have
as
it.
that.
I didn't even
as
eat lunch.
wide as that car was his smile.
As wide as the wide tail, the whale tail.
So wait. My second question is, will you trade straight across from my car right now?
oh, I can't.
That's
You've
not.
always
a,
said
that's,
you wanted my car,
if it
right?
was red, I would.
Perfect. Guards red, of course. Yeah.
right.
It's a little bit lighter now.
It's pretty impressive either way.
Wait,
Nice
what
work.
was that?
Nice work.
I
What did you
missed
say,
that.
Jason?
I missed that deep insult.
Some weight out of it this morning. He pulled 2 wires out for the heater.
Oh yeah, Dwayne pulled 2 wires out of his car, and now that it's lighter, it's worth
there was-
$200,000 more.
There was an entire conversation about me cutting my hair off to save weight in the
Wait,
car.
you cut your hair?
You know, I mean,
That's-
You look like JFK. It's ridiculous.
I'll take it. I wish I was that handsome, but not that dead.
What can you do for your country?
It's not what you can ask. It's
It's what you can do.
Ask not what you
Do
can
not-
have other people do for
Yeah,
your country.
going to space.
you know,
This
the,
and this and that and the other.
the funny thing
In
is,
this decade.
JP can attest to this. I missed at least 6 cars that I thought were good deals, and then this one just
Wait a second.
happened.
930s?
You didn't miss. You were complacent.
I tried to.
You were
No, I tried to
cruising.
buy them. I
Yeah,
called.
hold on.
No,
So there were a bunch of cars. We kept sending Chef, like, I would send him a lead. I would find something really cool. And he'd be like, da-da-da-da-da, and they're like, oh, yeah, I want that. And of course it would get sold. Anything good right now sells in a matter of days, like a day or two.
Absolutely.
So
Does it have AC?
Unless it's in Europe.
Yes, it has AC.
what does it have AC? What? That's
Well,
not what
because
we're
it's a
talking
black
about.
car in Vegas. I
Shut
know, it's a
up
non
about the
sequitur.
AC.
It's a
We're
non
talking about
sequitur.
something
It has
completely
a
different.
a heated seat.
But I had to know.
Dwayne's like, what color are the spark plug wires?
Oh my
Who
God.
gives a crap?
Oh my God. Oh my God, he's drinking. JP's drinking.
I have a question.
He's angry.
I know,
He's
he
so
gets-
angry.
I noticed it's got the bolsters. Just do the massage.
Pizza's here.
Grip you when you turn.
My pizza is yeah.
Dwayne's like the guy on
Oh, come
BAT
on.
that's like, it looks like in picture 42,
I am not that guy.
the bolt on
No.
the something subframe
Wrong.
thing is whatever.
Wrong.
Seats ventilated and heated and
Wrong.
massage.
Oh my God!
Look,
Beating up
listen,
on poor Wayne.
we live in Las
It's 'cause
Vegas.
you cut your hair.
It's a black on black car.
I was asking him a specific
AC.
question that
No one cares
AC
about
has
your-
nothing
I
to
know.
do with,
But
and you're like, "Hey,
Sorry.
wait,
Listen, I
we're
apologize.
on a completely different subject."
Continue with your thought.
It has
Continue.
the headlight washers as well.
Oh, nice. Does it have the
That's
ones
sexy.
that stick up?
No, not the stick
All
up ones,
right.
yeah.
No, JP, tell us at
What
What
color
was-
are the center caps?
Oh my God!
we triggered him.
The electronic AC is really good. So, Chef, the
my
electronic
God.
AC is really good. Get it? Get it? No, it's
So
excellent.
here's the thing: I can turn down everyone else's audio right here. Everyone's audio is down. That's why I wanted to go back in the board here. What I was trying to ask Chef was, tell us about the red car, the 930 in Kansas. I wanted to hear this story about you were trying to buy it and what happened. Tell us about that, Chef.
So there was a red 930 in Kansas at a car dealership, and I checked the dealership out. I actually called the Better Business Bureau in Kansas, A+ rating. So I called the guy. I said, look, I'll.
The yellow pages.
Jason dropped an old man
Yellow
joke.
pages. Did he get out the yellow pages? Did he
Bunch
let
of
his
fingers
fingers
do
do
the
the walk? You beat me to it.
So I called them and I said, look, they ship the car for free if you buy it. And I said, look, ship the car to me in Vegas. I'll give you $5,000, and if I don't buy the car, you keep my $5,000 to cover
Put your
it.
hand down,
I remember
Chef.
that guy.
I intend
Did you,
to buy
Chef,
the
put
car.
your hand down.
Did you use
there
a
you go.
telegraph to do that?
So they said no. So then I called them and said, look, I found a shop that's 2 blocks from you in Kansas.
What?
Take the car there. The guy's going to PPI it for me. If he says everything's good, I'll buy the car. They said, we'll get back to you.
Hey, Dwayne, why don't you ask him if it has power seats?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
All night. He'll be at this all night.
No. So the dealership, the dealership blocked my calls. They blocked my number when I wanted to do a PPI.
No way.
Yes, they blocked me. I can't even call there. It won't go through.
So that was the red car,
Yeah, that was the red car.
and they didn't want to do PPI. There must have been something wrong with it.
Exactly. They blocked me. They won't even.
I
couldn't even
bet that
call.
car's still sitting on the
Well,
lot.
Chef, you were literally saying, you told them.
That's crazy.
Hold on, guys. You told those guys that you would fly out, bring your mechanic with you, and
Right.
go all the way there to have it
Exactly.
looked at.
Right.
And they're like, no. What do they say? Yeah.
They said if I needed to give them a $25,000 deposit to hold the car.
He was probably a truck dealer.
He was
and
a-
that was like the Porsche on the lot.
Was he?
So it was like the special car.
Was he Armenian?
He was Indian.
Was he Indian?
His name was Jeff.
Oh, his name was Jeff.
Yes, Daddy.
What did Jeff want? I want all your money. Give it to me now.
Send $25,000 right away.
$25,000 deal done.
Everyone, Rami Mirza, his last name is not O'Leary. Rami can make this joke. The rest of us can't.
I'm out.
I mean, why is the world what you can only make fun of what you are? Give me a break. So stupid. I'm Indian, yeah, so I can make Indian jokes. I can also make Jewish jokes. You know, it's not a problem. I'm not Jewish. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
Getting
so
us
Chef.
kicked off the YouTubes.
Oh, I'm gonna get us
I'm gonna
kicked
eat
off
the pizza.
YouTube for sure.
All 4 subscribers will be very upset.
As long as one of them is Patrick Long, I don't care.
He just unsubscribed.
He just unsubscribed. He's like, you guys are banned from Lift a Cult. It's fine. We're not taking you anymore. So chef, after the red car, what happened? So my Indian friend, he's like, with $25,000.
So during the red car saga,
I will block your number. You're a stupid white man.
Yeah, the black car was on BAT for the 7 days I was watching it, but I was sure I wasn't going to be in my price market when the time came around.
Yeah.
I was pretty much consigned to that fact.
I thought that car was going to go for 2.
Will you sell the GT3 RS? Or
No.
It's a different car, obviously. But I mean, is there just enough room for your car? Five cars.
I'm sorting out storage. Yeah.
Okay.
Figuring things out.
With your lift. So, Chef, tell us the story of what happened to you. Jason, be quiet. Tell us the story of what happened to you when you went to DMV.
Okay, so today I get the car, I get the title, all the paperwork, bill of lading, bill of sale.
What a good citizen.
Affidavit. I go.
Well,
right-
hold on. They wouldn't let you pick up the car from California. You couldn't just
I don't
fly
do
in and
any
drive
of
it
that.
back.
No, the car could not be sold in California because it was a European emission car that wouldn't meet California specs.
California, man.
So it had to be, the transaction
You
had
could
to.
have heard a sea turtle.
Yeah, the transaction had to occur outside of California. So I had to sign a an affidavit saying the car was delivered out across state line, which it was.
So that probably explains why it didn't go higher.
Exactly. I think that was something. So I go to the DMV.
Whoa,
Well, hold on.
Jason, did
Hey,
you
hold
just
on,
come out
Chef.
with something
Yeah.
good?
So we're going to talk about what happened to Chef when he tried to register this car that is not possible to get emissions here in Nevada. We're going to talk about that right after this. Hey guys, I gotta tell you about our friends Godden Porsche of Las Vegas and Godden Classic. If you're looking for a new Porsche or a classic, you gotta call our friend Steve at Godden, this guy. Save yourself the hassle of screwing around with all the auctions like we always talk about and just talk to Steve. He'll find you the classic Porsche you're looking for, Godden Porsche of Las Vegas.
If you don't subscribe to Bid Nerds on YouTube right now, I'm gonna shoot this 997. If you said, wait, that's a 996, you're a nerd. So subscribe to the new YouTube channel, Bid Nerds.
Get those nerds!
All right, and we are back to Dur or Die, the Porsche podcast that doesn't know anything about Porsches, and we talk about the weather and air conditioning. Big shout out to our good friends at Godden Porsche of Las Vegas and Godden Classic. We love those guys. They support the show, so we say, hey, support them. If you want to be like Chef and get yourself an air-cooled Porsche, give Godden Classic a call. Also, hit the subscribe and like notification button, all those types of things. We love to make this show for you guys, and we want you to know when a new episode comes out. All right, before the break, we were talking about Chef just got his new 930. It's this one. Look how badass that is. But it's not going to pass emissions in Las Vegas. So you had to go, Chef, to...
You mean L.A.?
Well, no, I mean in Las Vegas either, because it's an ROW car. This car will not pass emissions in Nevada either, will it, Chef?
It will actually.
It will, JP.
If you insure the car and
your hand down,
register the
buddy.
car as a classic car,
It's a classic.
then you're outside of emissions.
As long as it's under the 25-year rule.
But you have to
5,000
have
miles.
that's not the you have to have it pass emission once, and then
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna go to Duane Wik. Duane,
Yep.
Duane Wik.
Because my car is emissions exempt, even though it's not old enough to do it on its own. So it's a classic plate, which is limited by 5,000 miles per year.
Correct.
Here in Las Vegas.
Right.
No emissions, even on the first time, but there is a VIN inspection.
There is a VIN inspection.
And that's
they
to
didn't
verify.
just change the rule where you have to get it.
So the rule
emissions
change
once.
This is totally fascinating to everybody outside of Nevada, but
yeah.
the rule change is that you must have classic insurance.
Yes, that's
Classic
the truth.
insurance limits you to 3,000 or 5,000 miles.
Not true.
Yes.
I have classic insurance for unlimited mileage, but if you have like a 92 Honda Civic,
That's not a classic, Jason.
Right. So basically, Clark County is trying to get rid of people abusing the classic plates by putting it on their smoky 92 Civic.
Honda Civic.
Yeah. So okay.
Smoky 92.
So it might be able to get it passed here. It definitely won't pass in LA where the car was actually sold. So because of that, Chef, you were not able to just fly in and go drive the car home. So how did you get the car here? What happened
The
after
car
that?
had to be delivered by the dealer across state line
Yeah, to
before
the
I could
state
take
line in
possession,
Nevada,
yeah.
right? I've done that
Yes.
before. It's
Well,
stupid
Rami,
California
you
rule.
bought a car from Europe and had it shipped in, and we just went and got your 993 RS. We didn't. That didn't get registered.
That's because I don't care.
Hey, Rami, how long did that sea
Fuck.
voyage take?
Excuse me. I want. I'll just beep. Beep. The government.
Rami don't care.
Yeah, government.
That's his
stupid.
license plate, actually. Rami don't care.
Ain't care.
Yeah, thank God we have the government. Yeah, that's real good.
So
I,
all
I
right.
never I never seen anything where you pay them and they tell you what to do. Makes no sense.
So, Chef, you got the car shipped this morning, and then you went to the DMV. And so, what paperwork were you getting at the DMV? That's what I don't understand. If you couldn't,
Okay.
if you can just register it as a classic, why didn't you just get a new plate right there?
Because you have to have an appointment. What I wanted to get was a temporary movement permit. So I went into the DMV to get a temporary movement permit. Which all
You
I
don't
wanted.
need an appointment for that. You can just
no,
walk in
that
and get
you
a
can walk
temporary
in
move.
for, and they'll give you.
Okay.
So you go in, they make your appointment. They made my appointment for like May the 5th.
Was everybody wearing masks?
And they gave me a sticker to put on the car that's good until May 5th. So, the car is legal to drive on the road.
Right.
So in the envelope that I had the title of the car, the bill of sale, the bill of lading, the temporary pass, copy of my insurance, all of that. And I go out to the car, and I get in the car, I go home, and then I start looking for the envelope, and I lost it.
Oh,
my God.
Snap.
So I thought, oh crap, I set it on top of the car. I'm not used to opening a car with a key.
The old Starbucks cup on
right
top.
on top.
My dad used to do that.
So I drove up and down Flamingo in a hailstorm,
You're looking for an envelope on the road.
looking for an envelope for 2.5 hours.
Oh man, it's worth it though, because how else are you gonna get that, right?
So only to go home and find the envelope sitting on the lift above my car.
Oh wow.
It's a senior moment. It's a senior moment. So
Totally.
You know, they should have made the registration good till May the 4th, because that's a Star Wars Lost Vader car right
Oh,
there. The
boy.
all
Wait,
black.
so it
You
gets
like
better.
that reference?
It is.
May the 4th.
I like
be
that. I
with
know. I
you.
got it.
as I'm driving in the hailstorm, how often does it hail? It's like Armageddon, right? It's hailing.
It never hails here.
Rami's 930 is sitting in a parking lot
Getting
off of
hailed
Flamingo,
on.
getting hailed on. I'm
Yes.
driving by going,
He has
why
no
is
respect.
Rami's car sitting in on
I was
Flamingo? And
at a doctor's
dare you.
office. I was working, damn it.
Well, I asked you earlier before the show started. I said, will you did I? I was thinking it. Maybe I didn't ask you, but I was like,
Speaking
are you
of
going to drive the
senior
piss out of
moments.
this car?
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, what just happened
Yeah.
there?
I
You okay?
I think
Great.
JP made the point. I could really put as many miles as I want on this car and not affect the value of resale.
I agree. That's why I drive it to California, mine as well. I go do the professor run. I don't care because the value stays there.
How many miles do you drive a week? Just normally. I think your biggest commute is coming here.
Mental's asking, how many miles do you drive a week?
Normally.
6, 7.
Depends on if I'm going to the Pahrump to catch a whorehouse or something. But
I mean, yeah, or if you're going to
Boulder Highway.
Boulder Highway,
Palomino.
score some crack.
Well, I mean, come on. That's one thing about our crew that I like about our crew here in Vegas, and particularly people in the room, except for Dwayne, is that we actually drive. We regularly go out on Overton runs, and we cruise around, the Red Rock Loop and all that kind of stuff. So I see you putting some miles on this car, Chef.
I mean, it's not the quantity, it's the quality. When I drive my
Thank you.
cars, my foot is to the floor. I drive
Mine
the
too.
car. Yeah.
All right.
I don't
get up to 30 miles an hour.
Hold on.
Awesome.
No,
Dwayne's like,
come
yeah,
on, JP.
quality. Okay, how far? When have you ever been on a run?
Well,
I did Overton with you 3 years ago.
to his credit, JP, the last run he did was lift a cult and his car broke. So
That's true.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I'm driving to Luft 9 or whatever it
you
is.
are not.
I am. Yeah.
Really?
800 miles each way.
I
That's
think
if we take the fast route, and we're
I
taking
think I
the long
might have
route.
to take it with you guys.
We
if
should.
you're all
You should
going.
come. Oh,
Are
Chef,
you all
don't
going?
fly. Take the turbo.
If you're taking the turbo, Chef, I'll take the roof.
Take the turbo.
The turbo.
Take the
Come
turbo.
on, the turbo.
You should definitely.
I'll take my
drive.
twin turbo.
Turbo does have a heated seat, not a heated passenger seat.
Is it the one
Just
on the
the heated
Chef,
driver's
is it the
seat.
one on the side where you kind of have that little?
Yes, it's on
little,
the side.
It's like a little dial. It goes up and
Exactly, that's
down.
what it is,
It's freaking awesome.
I would have
think
deleted
about
that
it.
a long time ago.
Oh,
Because it
geez,
wa-
too much
weight-
weight.
too
Too much
much weight.
weight. Yeah.
I gotta compensate
the
for this
heating
giant
element.
body.
The heating element is way too heavy, and the relay for it. Forget it. It takes too much power.
It's true. Well, congratulations on that
Thank you.
car,
Thank
Chef,
you.
because I'm excited. I'm vicariously excited for you because it's a spectacular car, and I look forward to seeing it out. You know what I mean? Like, and following it briefly until you take off into the sunset.
I'm excited because I got a 930, buddy.
Yeah, I'm
Come
ver- I'm
on,
feeling-
finally.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
finally a 930. buddy.
Very fortunate to have ended up in the water cool that I wanted and
Yes.
the air cool that I wanted.
Ooh.
Yeah, is there anyone else in our crew that has a 930 other than you, Rami? You have two.
There's
but
no one.
That is kind of surprising.
Is
what I
it is an
mean. So-
American import really a 930 or is that just a 911 turbo?
No, it's a
No,
930.
it's a 930.
It's a 930.
Well, yeah, that's not true. Sorry. The later ones. So an 85, if it were an American 911, that would be a 911 turbo.
Turbo, yes.
But because his is a Euro ROW car, his is actually a 930. They have a different block.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
And
the
a different,
70s
and a
like-
different fuel rail, too.
I'm trying to one up Rami who
that's
has
what I was agreeing with.
Yeah, Rami's is a 930 American delivery.
Well, one of Rami's
One of
is
them.
is an American delivery. The other one is an actual 930. 'cause
Yeah,
it's a
right. The
79.
later,
Yeah,
the
so
later one.
his 86
Is
is
not.
a 911 turbo.
It's an American
Right.
car. Yeah,
Right. That's what I'm
But
saying.
it's also a Frankenstein.
The murder 930.
The murder, the death 930.
Murder.
So Rami takes me for a
Black
ride in
car
his car.
heroin.
Yeah, there you
Which
go.
one?
He takes me for a ride in his 930.
Which-
And it basically
which
cost
one?
me the green one, and it
right.
basically cost me $144,000. Like, you got the $127 I paid for the car, you got the $5,000 for the auction fee, you got $11,000 in taxes on that money, and then you had to ship the car. So it's like,
Right. Right. Yeah. Same with me.
I can't hang out with him anymore.
You're an accomplished track driver too, so like you can handle the 930. Like a lot of other people.
It's very different though. Even when I was driving with Chef, like it took time for you to figure out to stay on boost and to figure out the gear too.
I have a great deal of respect for the car already.
Wow.
And I'm going to take some time to learn that car.
He's at 90 in second gear, which is normal for the turbo. I mean, that's
totally
normal.
normal turbo,
That's like where you're at.
You can't even get out of second
You
gear.
can't get to
that's
third gear because you're already doing 100.
Drive a 930. Try and keep up with him.
He's saying keep up. With
Jason, how did that go, by the way? Oh, keeping up with Rami.
Yeah.
Didn't go well.
It's not.
It was a GT3 that I had the incident where I was. Oh, you had the incident. I'm talking about trying to keep up with it.
Jason, do you have air conditioning in your
My
car?
car has air conditioning.
Hey, let's
Yeah, the
swap
heated steering wheel.
Jason and Chef. Let's do a swap
Get
here.
the driver's
Keep
seat,
the headphones
Jason. Get
on.
over there.
Thank you, Chef. I'm so happy you got
Congrats,
930.
Chef.
Going to the big
Congratulations.
leagues.
Congratulations. It's amazing.
Got a Porsche with a quadraphonic Blaupunk.
Oh, so one of the other things I want to mention real quick while they're switching seats is that Chef's car has a Blaupunk quadraphonic, but if you put the tape deck thing that covers the tape deck, the little door down, it has USB and I think something else in there, Bluetooth, that you can hook up to an SD card. It's hysterical. Whoever did that, kudos to you, man. That's awesome. Keeping the retro look with the modern stuff. I like it.
I noticed that it does look like a regular Blaupunk,
There you
but
go.
in there it's. I don't know if there's a
Take
picture.
that
I
down,
mean,
Chef.
yeah, that little door goes down, and then you've got USB behind that. It's awesome.
Is that something
You
that
like when the back
Blaupunk
door goes
sells?
down.
I don't know.
I do like the back door. Yeah. And then JP, if you go down, if you scroll down on that, the tape decks, so the tape cassette holders at the bottom in the center console, the scroll down.
Yeah.
Those, look at how many are there. Look at how many he's got. I mean, that's badass. So I only have 2 in mine because they're super rare and they're hard to find. And people are selling them on eBay for like $300 to $400 just for the stupid thing. Yeah.
So you've got 5 cassettes. What cassettes? I will tell you for sure it's Rat Out of the Cellar.
Good. Love that.
You know, for
Should drop
sure,
pictures of
Def Leppard, Pyromaniacs,
Yes.
Scorpions, pretty much anyone. Probably Animal Magnetism.
White Snake.
White Snake would be
White
acceptable. And the Bill and Ted's Excellent
Soundtrack.
Adventure soundtrack. Yes, for sure.
Perfect.
We lost the camera for Rami.
Whoop.
Don't
And
turn
most
it back
people
on.
on the Rat would go for round around, but I'm a more back for more. That one.
Back
really,
for more. Okay,
I like Way
pulling it
Cool. I
out.
like Way Cool Jr.
I like
That
6
one-
ships.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, man, come on.
It's
Way
a
Cool Jr.
classic.
is best. Badass.
Got to get in that microphone there, Jason. All right, so
all right.
Jason,
Eat the
what
mic,
is
Jay.
the status of your 964 that has been in the shop for a year and a half now? Ever since what happened exactly?
It's your fault.
I was driving it, and as you know, you were there. We were out on our spirited Friday morning drive, and
Close course.
you know, Rami chose to pass a car in his GT3 RS, and you know, I was feeling pretty froggy. My 964, you know, about 240 horsepower. You know, when it's new, but the top end needed some. I was probably about 200 horsepower, so I thought for sure I could catch him. And
It was downhill with the tailwind.
and, you know, so Rami makes his pass, and you know, my car's low, and I'm looking at the 1982 Datsun pickup in front of me.
It was doing like
and
40.
doing about 40, and so I can see a good majority of the road because it curves. So I decided to drop a gear, maybe 2, and
I
come
like
up
being
on
out of
him and
focus.
shoot out behind it.
Focus.
And you know, when I came around him, you know, this Dodge Charger happened to be in my lane at that time because I claimed that lane. And so
Stay in your lane.
it
The
was
oncoming
it had
lane.
been raining the night before, so I kind of brought the car in, hit the brakes, back end started going out to the left.
Jason, what did you think when you went around that truck and you saw the car? What was your first thought?
Well, first of all, what really concerns me to this day was it literally took me about a second and a half to like compute that, hey,
What was going on?
there's a car.
Get rid of the gate porn.
Like,
Get rid of the gate
there's a
porn.
car. I'm in this car's lane.
Dwayne knows all about listening
So,
to gay porn while driving. Check out earlier episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
Accidental
yeah,
gay
so, it was pretty much
was good.
a kind of compute moment, and then oh shit.
Yeah.
And so I brought it in, started going around to the left, got the wheel, went around to the right, and then
Did
I
you
kind of thought I
oversteer?
had it, and then it shot off to the left.
Did you oversteer?
Huh?
Did you oversteer?
Did you lift off?
Did you lift? What'd you do? Tell us. Come on.
I was like, oh shit, and then I lost the back end, and you guys were there. I was
miles ahead. I didn't see anything.
You didn't even know.
I didn't even know.
Loop and everything,
I went through the loop, and
I went off through the desert. Luckily, I don't think I could have picked a much better spot to go off because the car sustained very little damage, all things considered. Just all the plastic stuff came off. None of the panels were dented. Right. Some minor scratches on the driver's door, and so I properly tangled in barbed wire. Oh yeah, it did. It went through. Luckily, the fence that was there, the barbed wire fence, stopped me from encroaching on the federal side of the fence. Because as I understand from the trooper, I wish we had a picture to pull up here.
You would have run over an endangered plant.
Yeah, I assured him I didn't harm any desert tortoises in my off-roading excursion. And I did also point out that this car is a four-wheel drive vehicle. So I
think it's ironic that, 45 years ago, they couldn't give that land away.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, it's endangered with the environment.
They used to nuke it, actually.
They used to nuke it. Thank you. I was leading to that. Like, that's exactly.
Nobody cared about the turtles back then.
They were doing underground nukes.
I think they were delicacy. You could get it at
that's why the turtles came out.
You get,
and now you can get fined for it. Like, wait a minute. Shouldn't we find you guys for doing what you did? Like, what the hell?
Mental, do you remember the scene in...
What's that?
I still do make a living. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop with that.
Yeah. Mental works for the government.
Oh,
damn you,
about that, Mental.
Damn you, government people.
You're what do they call that? The
Mental. It doesn't matter what I say; they will keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, good point.
Sorry, a little reality.
So the status on my vehicle as of about 3:00 this afternoon is it'll be done soon.
It's kind of like that movie. What was that movie?
The dreaded soon.
What was that movie?
Well, I was going to say Cannonball Run 2.
Money Pit.
Okay.
Mental brings up a good point. So as we untangled my car
2 weeks
from the barbed wire and realized that it kind of high-sided and it was not getting out, several vehicles had stopped, one being if you guys live out here, it was a desert Jeep all jacked up, ready to go, runs on testosterone. And Mental pulls up in his 2006 or 2008 Benz CLS, AMG CLS,
rocket
and
powered.
he goes, "I got this," because this car weighs like 6,000 pounds. Hooks up a tow rope, pulled me right out.
I got the tow rope.
Oh, that's
Mental
right.
was the tow rope. He just held on to the car.
Yeah.
Mental just pulled it out with his arms. He was like,
yeah.
Well, you know what saved you?
With his hair.
Really, it's not the fence. Now I'm recalling, it was the dirt because they pushed the dirt off the road. With the blade. And that's what you hit.
Well, that almost got
like a
me,
little
'cause
berm.
I vividly remember this moment. The car was sliding sideways, and I looked over, and I said, "Oh, excellent."
You were like, "There's a turtle."
No, I said, "I'm gonna roll." And for those of you who don't think cars have souls, they do. My car rotated at that exact moment to where the weight of the rear of the car hit the berm and went over. So
you wouldn't roll
instead of like catching it.
Yeah, so I didn't roll.
Instead of on the side, it was more of a rear.
Wow.
God
bless
when
that
I was
berm.
in the car, that berm looked like it was 20 feet tall.
Your car likes it in the rear. It's fine. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Anyway.
Hey,
Sounds like a
Jason,
berm
look,
deal.
man, if it gets fixed, we got to go driving again.
Yeah, it'll be done soon.
It's a pretty car.
Will it be done in time for the drive to Luftkult?
Oh my God.
Oh, JP, you jest.
Which is in 20-ish, 25, 30 days?
20-something days as of the time recording of this show, yeah. All right, well, that was the update of Jason's 964. We should do this every week because that's a lot of content. It's just going to keep going.
Never-ending content.
Yeah. Mine's going to TurboCraft. So
in June.
In June. Well,
Awesome.
maybe May. It depends on the guy at TurboCraft. I spoke to the guy, Chris, over there, and he was like, so what's going on with the car? And we're like, well, we did this, we did that. And he goes, oh, what kind of fuel system I have on it? And I said I don't know what the fuel system is, but it starts with an M.
Wait, it's not... You put a
Motronic.
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 Yeah, I had a Motronic. He goes, you can't even get those. Okay, the car's good. He's like, I'll put an E throttle on it and bring it over.
That's the fuel system to have in that car.
Okay, good.
When you dropped it off, did you include the 2 buckets of $100 bills stacked in the back for TurboCraft?
That's for Todd.
Great. Oh.
I don't know what he's going to charge me.
Wayne's like, make the
I have
AC
no
work.
idea.
All right, guys, that's another. On that note, that's the end of another Dur or Die Porsche podcast. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
See ya.
Hey, Gert.